Philippians 2, 1 and 2 says, "Therefore, if there's any encouragement in Christ, if there's any consolation of love, if there's any fellowship of the Spirit, if any affection and compassion, make my joy complete by being of the same mind, maintaining the same love, united in spirit, intent on one purpose." Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 30-day reading plan, today's reading is Philippians 2, 1 through 13, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, Merry Christmas. Christ is born. In writing to the Philippian church, Paul emphasizes the role of joy in our lives. But part of that joy comes from our living as Christ would have us to live. Because we have the Spirit of Christ, we are to do the same and have the same thoughts and actions as Christ had. We're to be loving, we're to be giving, we're to be sacrificing, and we're to be reverent. We are to be Christ's icon on the earth. Now, an icon is just simply a picture or a representation of a particular person. In a real sense, a picture of a family could be considered an icon. The picture represents those who are and what they think and do in their lives. As we are to be Christ's icon on earth, we are to think like Christ thought. In verses 5 and following, we're to be told that Christ sacrificed himself. He emptied himself so that he might become a human and pay our ransom so that we might have a relationship with God. Therefore, we need to act upon that relationship. It needs to be a growing and dynamic relationship. We cannot rest on the fact that we are going to heaven to be with God when we die. God leaves us here so that with a purpose in mind. He leaves us here so that we might grow in him and begin to look like him. Now, we'll never be God, but we are on the earth, and while we're on the earth, we can be his representative. So how are you representing God? When people see you, do they ask, why are you different? Why are you doing these things for us? What is the purpose of your ministry? As we end this year and begin what will be different in your life? Will you change any of the things that you're doing now?